Good evening, everybody. Hope you've had a great day so far. It has been raining most of the day, and I've been inside, and I spent the day on Zoom. So, if any of you all are working from home, then you know that Zoom is our new outing. Zoom is our new way we visit and do everything else. So, welcome to the world of Zoom. But anyway, I'm your host, Wonder Lowe. This is the Ladies Lounge with Wonder Lowe, and I'm so glad that you tuned in this evening. We have a great show coming up for you. If my guests can find the link for the show and get signed on here pretty soon. But anyway, been a wonderful day. Uh, got quite a bit of work done today. Been inside all day because of the rain, and it's been storming here pretty well. Um, like I said, was on Zoom for most of the day. Had a conference that lasted literally from 10 o'clock this morning to about 4 o'clock this afternoon. And I had to jump off of that one to get on another one. So I am zoomed out. I've had a Zoom of a day, if to say the least. I'm pretty sure that you all are doing the same thing, especially if you're working from home now and you are having those meetings and do all that good stuff. But hey, it beats not having a job. It beats not having anything to do and no place to go. So I enjoyed all the way. I will be absolutely honest. I have not watched the news, and I typically don't watch the news anymore because I told y'all earlier in some earlier shows that you have all these trigger warnings now. So much stuff is happening, and so much is going on. And plus, today I just haven't had time. So between the Zoom meetings and trying to answer emails and fix some other things and work on some other stuff, I just hadn't had time to watch the news to see what's going on. So I'm gonna depend on y'all to tell me what's happening for today. If you'd like, you can always post comments in the chat over there. We can see them if you do. If there's something that you want to ask once the show starts of my guest, then please do chime in and do that. I will give you a little bit of heads up about tonight's show, and I'll do an introduction once he gets all signed in and everything. And let me check and make sure that he's able to do that. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Okay, hold on. Let me figure out if we're on the right email and if we sent the right thing to the right place. And let us see. Okay, there we go. Okay, technically, I don't know how to do that. So this is going to be a little interesting. Y'all come on in and sit down, have a seat, and get something to drink, pull up a chair. Give me a few minutes to get him taken care of and get this link sent to him again and invite him to the show. Here's how we can do that. We can copy it to the clipboard. Then we can go over to our email. And I gotta find that. Hold on, y'all. Be patient with me. Sometimes being technologically savvy is not my strong suit. So let's see how we can do this, because I need to send him an email again to invite him to the show. So every once in a while I get a little, there we go. I have to pull both screens up so I can see what I'm doing over here and pull off one of these so I can work out of it. And hopefully it's not the one that y'all own and I don't lose anybody. So just y'all stay put. Don't y'all go nowhere, okay? Just sit there. Give me a few minutes. I'm going to pull up some email and get him in. So anyway, tell me, and I know y'all can't talk back, but still, put it in the chat box. Tell me how your day has been going so far. What's been going on with you? Any good news? I hope that what you've been working on this week has had you, here we go. Just so y'all know, I do talk to myself sometimes. So really right now, that's what I feel like I'm doing. But y'all can eavesdrop. It's fine. It's totally fine. I'm getting this sent to him. There it is right there. All right. Okay, now we should be able to get him in just a second. Let me send him a little message and say, okay. Done. Okay. All right. I think I got it all fixed, y'all. Anyway, so this month, May is Stroke Awareness Month. And in this Inside of Stroke Awareness Month, you have this week, you got Women's Health Week, and you have Mental Health Awareness Week going on. So we have a lot of information. Next week's guest is going to come on and she's going to give us some information on all three of those things because they're very important. We had a little scheduling shuffle. She was supposed to come this week and be able to do it during the week, but things happen and folks move around and we have different things going on. So sometimes we have to switch up the schedule just a little bit. So anyway, next week we'll have a guest that will talk about stroke awareness for women, Women's Health Month, and we have a guest at the end of the month that's going to cover the mental health piece of it. So y'all make sure that y'all come back next Tuesday for the next Tuesday, 2 Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. so you can get that information. What else is going on? I got some good news. Okay, he got too many email addresses there, y'all. Okay, I can't keep sending all these emails. You gonna have to settle on one, bro. Okay, so send it to this one, send it to that one. That didn't work. How can you still not see it? So let's see. All right, y'all. I'm still sending email address. I'm sending links to. Let's see. Make sure I'm sending it to the right email address. See, this is what happens when you are your own producer, executive director, all this stuff. And you got to make sure all these things are done. So, let's see. What is this thing? But you know what? It wouldn't be real life if you didn't have some glitches every now and again. Now, would it? Life would be boring if all you had, everything went well every time you tried it. So you just roll with it and keep it moving. Okay, and this is, okay. All right. Okay, now I sent this to 3 different emails. You got to find one of them, bro. One of them got to work. Either you don't know how to read email. So anyway, again, life wouldn't be exciting. Didn't have a couple of glitches along the way. Now, hopefully one of these is going to work. That he's going to get them. I've sent that link to 3 different emails, so hopefully he'll get one of them. Anyway, so let me tell y'all about the cooking show. I can't tell you how much I have enjoyed doing the cooking sessions. Yeah, that's the word I look for, sessions. The cooking sessions. So last week, I think I made, what did I cook last week? Oh my God. Y'all, I cooked so much, I forgot what I cooked last week. What did I make? Oh, we made all of the macaroni and cheese. We made the 5 different macaroni, I made 4 or 5 different kinds of macaroni and cheese. Made a dessert. I think I made the apple crisp and a wedge salad. So Thursday, I figured we'll switch it up just a little bit. Instead of doing dinner food, we'll do breakfast food. Now, I don't know anybody that done like buttermilk biscuits. And I know I love them. So Thursday at 7 p.m., if you'll tune in, then we'll be doing buttermilk biscuits. And of course, I don't ever know how to do one thing one way. I'll give you 3 different recipes for it. So tonight, I'll go ahead and post the ingredients on my page. So make sure you go to the Lady Sounds Wonder Lowe on Facebook and on Instagram, and that way you can get the ingredients just in case you want to cook along with me and you want to make some biscuits too. You can do that. So I'll make sure that I post all those ingredients and have that ready for you. I think in the coming time, I'm going to find some other things. I try to find things that you can make within an hour, something that's fairly quick, easy, that people can follow along. If there's some suggestions, now don't get crazy, y'all. If there's some suggestions on some stuff that you want me to cook, then let me know. You can always email me at theladysounds1050@gmail, or you can hit me on my my inbox at Wonder Lowe, either one of them, or post it to the page under one of the posts or whatever, but just let me know. Like I said, don't get crazy, don't get cute. And it has to be something that you know that I can make within an hour for you to be able to okay. Dude, there is no other way for me to send this. I'm running out of ways to send this. Let's see. One more trick up my sleeve, and then after that, we're going to call it a night. So let's try it this way. Invite. Y'all can still see me, right? Okay, got that copied. Uh-oh, I lost y'all. Let's go back here. Let's do it this way. Copy the clipboard. And then let's send it in Messenger. Then maybe he can get it that way. And let me move that over so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, paste it there. All right. Now I can see that. He ought to be able to see that. So if you can't see it this time, something wrong with your laptop, not mine. Anyway, make sure that whatever it is that you asked me to cook, it's up. There he is, the lost man. Make sure it's something I can make in an hour's time, and I can show you how to do it, walk you through the directions, all that stuff. So let me quickly do housekeeping before I bring him in and we get on with the show. Again, thank you for everybody who watches the videos, who keeps up with the show. If you have not already, please go over and like the page. I need to grow my likes. I'm getting the views. I'm just not getting the likes that I need. But please go over to the Ladies Down to Wonder Lowe on Facebook and on YouTube. On Facebook, like, share, follow. On YouTube, subscribe, and then hit that little bell so that you get notifications when new videos are posted. And what I will start doing is, instead of always streaming through Facebook every week, then I'm gonna start alternating and doing YouTube some weeks and then doing Facebook some weeks. So that way you can kind of look at me on, you can see both of them anyway, but this way I'll kind of stream on both of them. So make sure you do that for me. I'd appreciate it. Share the videos, like the videos, follow. Again, if there's something that you want me to make and it takes about an hour to do, and if there's ingredients or something that you tell me, just let me know and we'll get that done. So I want to make sure that we keep the cooking show going. I've enjoyed it, and I want you all to enjoy it too. So now, without further ado, I'm coming to the stage. I call him my unofficial co-host because he's been on my show more than any other man. It's Brian Rodgers. Brian is the community liaison with Mosiac Templars Cultural Center right here in Little Rock. And as you can tell, and let me show you this, that way you'll know. The name of the show tonight is the Negro Motorist Green Book. So he has a new exhibit that he's going to come and tell us about. So I'm going to go ahead and add him into the stream. Hey, Lost Man.
Hey, I'm not sure what you were doing.
Dude, I was sending
every
email you gave me. That's your laptop.
Yeah, I guess.
It's operator error on your part.
I guess the state, we don't have the top of the line computers.
I'm saying it's your fault. I ain't taking it. I ain't taking it at all.
Yeah, okay.
How you been doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am great. I thought, I was like, I can't figure out now. I sent 3 different emails and he told me he still can't see it. But I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know. But I'm here, and that's what matters.
Well, look, I already gave your grand introduction, so.
So yeah, we're really excited to open the Negro Motorist Green Book, which is a traveling exhibit created by the Smithsonian Institute. And we'll open the exhibit on May 20th, this next Thursday. And we'll have an openings reception with DJ, food trucks, and it'll take place outside so that we can maintain social distancing, and we'll allow a certain number of people into the exhibit at a time to see it. And we'll require you to wear your mask and to adhere to social distancing.
Okay. So give folks the background on the Green Book. I'm gonna be honest with you. How I actually learned about it was through some show I was watching on Hulu or something. The something craft. I can't think of the name of the show, but either way,
okay.
I never heard of it until then. But get a background on it.
So the Green Book was a travel guide created in 1936 by a postman from New York named Victor Green, Black man. And he put together this travel guide to aid Black people as they travel throughout the country. Because in the 1930s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000, 2010s, 2020s, we know sometimes it's not safe to travel in certain parts of the country as Black Americans.
Mm-hmm.
So this travel guide was a list of states, cities, and locations within cities that were safe for Black people to stop while they were traveling. Some were restaurants, hotels, gas stations, and even some private homes that would allow people to stay at their home while they traveled through the city. And there were some homes here in Little Rock.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea of what is it? Airbnb is not a new concept.
Okay.
Black people have been doing this, for the last, 80 years. You go through a city and you look at your green book and you say, okay, um, Mrs. Jones at, you know, on West uh, 21st Street will allow Black people to stay at her home because she rents out rooms for the night for travelers. So you'll drive to her house, knock on the door, tell her, hey, I saw your in the green book, and we were looking for a place to stay for the night. And
Mm-hmm.
so, yeah, so that's what it was.
Okay. So what you said there's some places in Little Rock. So are those? I'm sure those places might still be there, but not necessarily operational. But what are some of the places in Little Rock folks could?
Well, if I remember correctly, the only business that is still standing would be Velvet Tech's College of Beauty and Culture.
Wow.
They were in the Green Book, and there were some private residences that are still standing that were in the Green Book.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, we actually have, as part of the exhibit, a booklet of all of the Green Book sites that were in the state of Arkansas. And
Okay.
so you can look at them
Mm-hmm.
uh, and see where they were, and even some of them that are still standing.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't gone through the list completely, but I know I've looked through it just at Little Rock, and there were very few of those structures that were still standing.
Okay. That is interesting because I wonder. Well, I know of course now we don't. Well, technically we don't need them. I guess in some cases you kind of still really do need to have safe places to stop when you're traveling. What are some of the other things that the exhibit is going to teach us about traveling? I want to.
So,
For some reason, I want to keep seeing traveling while Black.
well, basically that's what it was. So
Mm-hmm.
some of the artifacts that are in the exhibit, of course, there are some of the artifacts from our Velvet Text collection that are
Mm-hmm.
traveling in the exhibit. Um, there are also, you'll see some railway porter uniforms, artifacts from some of the hotels, some of the original copies of the Green Book from the 30s, 40s, and 50s.
Wow.
Um, you'll see some, pictures, images from people traveling cross country, things like that. It's going to be a really cool exhibit, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of stuff that you'll see. It's taking up two of our largest gallery spaces in the museum in order to see it all. And we're really excited about the fact that um, the exhibit only started traveling in October,
Mm-hmm.
and so we're the second site in the country to have it.
Oh wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're really excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
And in conjunction with the exhibit, I'll be leading walking tours down Ninth Street.
Oh
Um,
wow.
we'll do those on the fourth Saturday of May, June, and July.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll start here at the museum, and I'll talk a little bit about the Mosaic Templars of America and Ninth Street as a whole. And then we'll make a couple of stops on Ninth Street. And then we'll walk over to First Baptist Church, which is the oldest Black congregation in the state. It was founded in 1845, and the church was built in 1883.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll go down to the Dreamland Ballroom and go up and see the Dreamland Ballroom.
We did for work. We did a photo shoot over there. It's been a couple of months ago now, but I was by there probably about a week or two ago and noticed they're doing some remodeling of that. Have they already finished the ballroom?
No, they're not remodeling the ballroom. They're actually building an elevator to increase accessibility to the
Okay.
ballroom.
Oh, great. because I hated
Yeah.
the stairs. We had to climb the stairs last time we were there, and it was not fun.
Yeah, climbing the stairs up because they're weird stairs. They're at a funny angle,
Hmm.
and so yeah, it makes it a bit of a difficult climb to go up. So these are things that we're adding to the we're doing as program wise with the Green Book exhibit. As there's some other programming too. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I know there's something else. I think we're gonna do a drive-in movie and a couple of other things.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll be glad. I was had a good time. We went to the ballroom and just some of the history behind that. And I think I was watching. Oh God, see, that's the problem. I watch way too many movies. I read too much stuff. Then I can't remember what I read and what
Yeah,
I
it kind of all gets
watched.
jumbled. It all
Yeah,
kind of gets jumbled up there in your head. Yeah.
because I'm trying to remember what star I was in. I was surprised that they had actually been to the ballroom and well, sadly, they had performed in the ballroom, and on the way out of state, they were killed in a car accident. But I cannot remember who it was now. And I was reading about that. I watched some movie, and they were in that movie, and I don't remember now. But it's just the history on 9th Street period is just really interesting, and I think a lot of the younger people that don't know as much about the history of the city would really enjoy that walk. Matter of fact, it might be something I bring my grandkids to. So
Yeah.
I'm not
I,
from Little Rock, but I've learned a lot of things since I've lived in Little Rock for several years, but there's so many different things that happened in the city that people just don't talk about, and I think people just really don't know about.
yeah, I think the really interesting thing that I found in my work here at the museum is that when people think of Black history, they don't think Little Rock and Arkansas. They think Memphis and
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta and Birmingham and Mississippi. But the things that were occurring in those places were happening here in Little Rock too.
Yeah,
Here in the state of Arkansas.
yeah.
There were lynchings in Arkansas. Um, there were civil rights protests. There were sit-ins. There were bus boycotts. Those things weren't exclusive to places we read about. They were happening all throughout the American South during the 1950s and 60s. And it's
Exactly.
important that we tell the story of what was going on here in Little Rock so that people don't think that the Black people in Little Rock were just sitting idly by and waiting for equality. And there's so much more to Arkansas African American history than Little Rock Central.
Mm-hmm. I said, I think that is the thing that needs to be brought out because normally, whenever, and not knocking that history because it is part of everything too, but that's the thing that you always hear the most about. And if you don't know any better and nobody's taught you, and like you said, you haven't gone to the museum, you hadn't seen these type of exhibits, that you only think that Little Rock is famous for Little Rock Central.
Right, right.
That's the thing that nationally, if you even think about it, we're famous for two things. One of them, okay, one is Central. The other one is that freaking Banging in Little Rock video from way back. And it's like weird because when I've gone to other states and been in trainings or whatever, and people always go, "Oh, Little Rock, y'all still down there?" Bang? I'm like, look, dude, don't come at me with that
Yeah,
Banging in Little Rock crap. I'm
that
so
movie came out.
tired.
It came out the summer before my freshman year in college, and so when I
Mhm.
went away to college, and I would tell people I was from Little Rock, the first question is, "What set you claiming?"
Exactly. Like none of them. I don't know anything about that. But that was and it's sad because that's the two things that when you go someplace else that people really and truly think that's all it is to Little Rock. And I'm like, you have to understand that it's way more to our state, it's way more to our city than just that one video that you saw. So this is a great way, like I said, to teach younger people about the city, to teach them about some of the history, and to let them know we're on. I was telling somebody the other day, I said, there's nothing that happens that I don't care where in the world it happens that there's not somebody from Arkansas in it, or Arkansas didn't play some type of part in it.
Yeah, I mean, you look at you look at some of the people whose families were from Arkansas and who happened to leave during the Great Migration. Like lots of people don't know that Joe Jackson, the patriarch of the Jackson family,
Mhm.
left Arkansas and went to Gary, Indiana. So I mean, there are Arkansans who pop up in many different places doing many different things.
Yep. And we're just all over the place.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad that you all are doing this exhibit. So, this is one more thing that we can say, hey, Arkansas is on the map for us.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
positive thing that really helped people when they were traveling. And it's just something interesting to know. And I know we can't share the private residences, but I think once everybody sees the exhibits, I just think it's interesting to know that you've probably lived in a neighborhood with a historical house all this time and didn't even know that you were. You never knew the importance of your next door neighbor's house, is what I'm saying. So
I
I
mean,
think,
we have the addresses.
mhm,
It's just a matter of looking them up. I mean,
mhm,
the people who were living there at
yeah,
the time, I'm not sure if the family still owned the houses, but
mhm,
you know, some of the houses are still standing.
mhm, mhm,
Some of them were in the Dunbar neighborhood, and some
mhm.
were in uh, off of Roosevelt over.
Okay,
I don't know the name of that subdivision, but
mhm,
Ringo and
mhm.
over in that area.
Okay. Well, still, to me, that's just really interesting. Again, it's probably people that live right in those neighborhoods that don't know the history of some of those houses
Right,
or
right,
the
and
residents, or could
that's
live in the house and not know the history of the house. So,
yeah, that's definitely true. Like a lot of people don't recognize that their houses still standing that um, important Black Arkansans like Scipio A. Jones lived in,
mhm,
and Mifflin Gibbs and the Bush family. I mean, those houses are still standing, and
mhm,
people still live in those houses.
yeah. So. Well, I think that this would be a really interesting exhibit. I plan to attend. Like I said, I think this is something, especially when you do the walking tours, that I'll bring my grandkids to, so they can learn some more history about Little Rock. And honestly, so I can learn some more history about Little Rock because I want to hear it too. But I think this one would be really interesting. And for the folks that have watched the show that I cannot remember the name of, and I know part of the name of it is something craft, and y'all will know it because I bet y'all been watching it too. In that show,
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
what's the name of
You're
it?
talking about Lovecraft. What was it?
Yes, yes. Oh my goodness,
Um,
I remember
hold
that.
on,
That's it.
Lovecraft Country.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, the uncle in the show is writing the Green Book.
Oh, I didn't watch it.
Oh, okay. Well, I can tell you the rest of it. You got to go watch it. But that's odd. But that's how I learned about the Green Book.
Yeah, a lot of people saw the movie that came out a few years ago with
Hmm.
Mahershala Ali, and that book was they took a lot of liberties with it,
Hmm.
but it was a guide to people traveling because before the Green Book, when
Hmm.
Black families would travel, they'd have to pack their lunch and you
Yeah.
know travel on the back road so that they wouldn't be seen and
Hmm.
sleep in the car when they wanted to stop.
Yep.
And so the Green Book eliminated a lot of that
Hmm.
by, collecting all of these safe spaces for people, for Black people to use as they travel through the country.
Hmm. Now I can remember as a younger child when we would go to Kansas City to visit relatives, and you had to go through the Ozarks, of course. And there were certain gas stations we stopped at, and we made sure that you were gassed up before dark because you
Yeah,
could stop again. And you didn't. I mean, no matter what, you didn't stop again. You went,
right.
got you. We left home and we gassed up halfway, which we about right a little past Fort Smith between there and Springdale. You gassed up right on this side of Fort Smith, and then that would get you all the way through the Ozarks. And then once you got into Missouri, there were some places in the lower part of Missouri. Again, you still did not stop there after dark.
Yeah,
You kept straight through. So you made,
and that's the the sundown towns,
yeah.
and northern Arkansas, southern Missouri
Hmm.
was full of towns where Black people were not allowed after dark. Uh,
Hmm.
you would risk jail, beatings, or worse
Yeah.
by being in those towns after dark. And some of those towns even had um, large populations of Black workers that would come in and work and
Mhm.
then leave before dark, because they knew that they weren't in the town after dark.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I can remember that, and it just used to be, and I cannot remember if it was on 67 or which one. Um, we really didn't stop there. You didn't. You when you drove through there, you drove through there, and you did not stop again until you got kind of up a little bit further into Missouri. So I can remember that even as a little kid, knowing that there were certain places that we could and could not stop. And if you had to do your bathroom runs or whatever, we've gone on the side of the road before. So you didn't really have a choice.
Right, right.
Yeah. And being
And
a
the
little
green,
kid.
and again, the Green Book,
Mhm.
solved a lot of that. I mean,
Yeah.
it didn't, eliminate the sundown towns, but it gave you which route to take. That's
Mhm.
the safest route. You could plan out your route by places that were safe to stop.
Yeah. Okay. Well, give them one more time the date and the time, the place, and what's going on.
So the exhibit opens Thursday, May 20th. I believe the time is 6 o'clock. The walking tours are every fourth Saturday
Mhm.
in May, June, and July, beginning at 9 o'clock here at Mosiac Templars. And for any more information and other programming, consult our website at mosiactemplarscenter.com or our Facebook and Instagram pages. Or you can call the museum at 501-683-3593.
All right. Well, we're not gonna hold folks long tonight because that's the short and small of it right there. We kind of hit it and got it in about 15, 20 minutes, so we're good. But I appreciate you all tuning in. I appreciate you finally getting on. We're gonna have to get you one email address, man, that you can respond to because I'm like, no,
Yeah,
wait
I'm not really sure why I wasn't getting any, because
a minute.
I emailed you and had you respond to the email and didn't even get that
It
one.
didn't come. Okay. But we'll get it figured out so next time we don't have that trouble. But either way,
Right.
you
And
may be here.
I plan to come back in June and talk about Juneteenth.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Gotta definitely come back and do that. So okay. Well, anyway, y'all appreciate y'all tuning in tonight. This is a short show. Y'all get out of here get out of here a little bit early tonight. But thank you, Brian, so much. It's always a pleasure to have you in to give us a history lesson and let us know what's going on. Make sure that you all get by Mosiac Templars starting May 20th and view this exhibit. I'll probably see some of you there. I want to make sure that I get my grandkids out so they can come and learn the history, and I want to learn it also. So make sure that you go and check this out. And this is free to the public.
Yes.
And go ahead.
Admission is always free.
All right. So no excuse. And it's outside. Wear your mask. Social distance. We're still in the midst of a pandemic, so let's be careful and make sure that you're washing your hands. Keep your hand sanitizer handy, but make sure that you go by Mosaic Templars and check out the Negro. And make sure I say it right because y'all know I mess up a name. The Negro Motorist Green Book exhibit at Mosiac Templars in Little Rock, Arkansas. So again, thank you all for tuning in tonight. I appreciate you. If you haven't already, go over to the page on Facebook and like us at the Latest Sounds Wonder Lowe. Make sure you also like us on Instagram, same name, and on YouTube. And make sure you hit that little bell so that you get a reminder when new videos are posted. So make sure you come back Thursday night, May 13th at 7 p.m. We'll be making Buttermilk Biscuits in May Rose Cafe Live, so I don't want y'all to miss that. I'll make sure I post the ingredients if you want to cook along. Appreciate you all tuning in. Brian, if you'll stick around for just a second, let me get a picture, and then we're going to tell y'all good night. Have fun. Be safe. Keep your mask on. Stop touching stuff without washing your hands and social distance. And I'll see y'all Thursday night. Talk to you later. All right. Let's get out of here.